Alrighty, howdy neighbors and welcome back to TODO today. Last time we started breaking into a corporation so that way we can get Joyce back, and we're currently coming up with a business plan. I think we should do past projects. So far, let's make up some other startups that we've been a part of before. Are you really getting into it, Iolite? I froze the stock photos that seem fitting. I'll just include them in the slides. Great, thank you. Are you ready? Yeah, more or less. Nice, time's almost up. I managed to get into their internal system, but I can't do much yet. It shouldn't take too long until I get access to the security system, though. Good. I'm not sure if it'll last the whole 15 minutes. I'm ready to hear proposal now. Please follow me back into the room. It's nerve-wracking. We didn't even rehearse it, but at least I know what to talk about. Don't worry. Just let me know when you need help and I'll pitch in. Thanks. So you threw a startup? Yes. Where am I? Oh. Use fake names. I'm Teal, the project lead. This is Ash, the designer and marketing specialist. This one who's diligently working over there is Zen. I think I helped you with computer problems before. Oh yes, Zen. I remember you from the outsourced tech support. Anyway, the three of us have been working together for a while now. And because we think our latest idea is worth pursuing on a larger scale, we'd like to present our current project with you fine people here at Beltec. Are you afraid of running out of time? Life seems shorter every day, and yet there's still so much to do. It's the kind of drug that numbs you. It keeps you from actually spending your time like you want to. I'm happy to tell you that we have a solution. With our app, we tackle the problem right where it starts, with your behavior. The problem is slightly different for everyone. It varies in severity, acuteness, and origin. But based on medical records, physique, as well as eating and sleeping habits, our app calculates the approximate amount of time you have left in your life. It can be harsh, and some people prefer not to know. But thanks to the data and objective facts, you can worry less about the what-ifs, and more about how to spend the time you still have. We included a self-monitored reward system to give you another incentive to really live in the present. And when the future becomes less of an abstract time frame, we believe everyone can be a better and happier person. Wow, that turned kind of dark. So why should you partner up with us? Here goes. As I mentioned at the beginning, this is the first time we worked together as a team. Our previous projects didn't end up extraordinarily successful or profitable, but they let us make a lot of experiences. We're smarter and more skilled than before, and we know what works and, more importantly, what doesn't. There are a lot of pitfalls and endeavors like this one, but due to experience, we are able to identify them early on and take countermeasures. With the addition of Beltec's expertise, the risk of failure is reduced almost to zero, and profit is likely to come to everyone. And that is the core of our proposal. Please tell me you're ready, Zen. I don't think I can think of anything else to say. Alright, thank you. I do have some questions, though. Shit. From what I've heard, you seem to have a pretty elaborate plan for the product itself. And you definitely seem ambitious, which I like. The problems you intend to solve almost narrows it down to specific target groups, which is also good. I have to say your app sounds promising. Some aspects sound similar to projects we are already working on, but maybe that could be beneficial for both of us. First things first, though. Do you have a prototype? Yes. We've sent out an early version to a group of testers this week. That's good. I don't like spending time with proposals that are purely hypothetical. Who's out of interest? Can you tell me what other startups you've been a part of? Oh no. Oh no, no, no. I dug my own grave here. Sorry, no. Excuse me? Really embarrassing? Something like that. I was expecting a little more professionalism from you after such a presentation. You haven't elaborated much on the financial side of things. But of course, we're willing to invest realistic sums of money if we can also expect reasonable profit. So to gauge the risk that we're talking about, could you fill us in on, say, a 3-year plan? Mainly in terms of project milestones, funding and revenue, as well as your plans of expansion once you can expect our help. I don't want to rely on him, but... Ash? Ash? Well, Oh, look at that! I'm sorry, but I'm afraid we'll have to come back some other time. The early tests of our app have generated some new data that might greatly affect our current plans. We'll have to come back to you with an updated proposal if you're still interested. But this could potentially change everything. Oh, well, that sounds good to me. Here's my card. Call me when you're ready to continue our discussion. Thank you. We'll be back soon. Goodbye. Thank you for your time. Goodbye. Please tell me you got in. Yep, it was close. But we could finally move to the 4th and 5th floor without worrying about cameras. Thank goodness. This was bad for my heart. You did well, though. Yeah, I don't think you had it in you to just lie through your teeth. I'll be honest, I have no idea what I said just now. I mean, let's with the details. It all worked out, so to the server room. Yeah, let's get out of here as quickly as we can. Excuse me? Yes? May I ask what business you have there? Well... We're friends of Pearl. But we're lost trying to find her. What? What is Phoenix talking about? Pearl? Yes, Pearl Bell. The daughter of Dr. Bell? We're here to help Pearl with the photo shoot. Oh, I see. But even if you are friends, I cannot just give out her location. Might be best if you went back to the lobby and called her from there. Margaret, is everything alright? Oh, Dr. Bell, it's fine, thank you. They say they're Pearl's friends and got lost on their way to meet her. I'll say. I think you're a little too old to be friends with Pearl. But then again, won't be the first. May I ask you for your names? I'm Ash, and this is Teal. And I'm Haskell. Haskell? They say that rings a bell, but haven't met before. Nope, I'm 100% sure we haven't. I see. Seems I misremembered them. As you may have heard, I'm Dr. Bell, founder and CEO of this company, and Pearl's mother. Say, how do you know her again? Well, as my friend here already said, we're here to help her with the photo shoot. We saw some of her designs online and immediately fell in love with them. Yeah, I see. She was here this morning, but I'm not sure if she still is. Go to the 6th floor lab and ask one of the employees there. As long as you still have your guest IDs, you shouldn't have any problem getting there. Sure, the guest IDs. Well, I'll have to take my leave now. Of course, thank you for the directions. What was that all about? Oh, I didn't mention it earlier, but after Zen told me about the plan, I did some research on Beltech. That having knowledge of the company and CEO would come in handy. Turns out she was a teenage daughter, who was in the process of stirring up fashion communities online. I looked further into it because her designs are actually quite creative, but I didn't think it would actually help us. Well, now I'm happier than ever if we took you along. Yeah, thanks, you really saved us there. Let's get to the server room, though. That was the last trick I had in my sleeve. Yeah, it's just ahead. God, I hate this. Are you sure this is the right room? No, it's just a room with a whole bunch of dots on the wall. It looks like there's another server rooms on this floor. Should be the correct one. Must seems to be part of the AI department. But how do we know which server is even the correct one? Just leave it to me. They should be connected anyway. Is there anything we could do to help? Knock out anyone that tries to come in. No, seriously, just relax. Even I don't know how this will work out. That is not very reassuring. Let's just trust Zen. I don't trust X. I don't think there's much else we could do. Yep, Phoenix knows what's up. I'll go to work then. It's so unnerving. Relax, it'll work out. Zen took out his laptop and connected it to one of the servers in the room. He was working for almost 20 minutes without even looking away from the screen. I got increasingly nervous by each passing minute. Every step anyone took outside of the room made me flinch. I felt helpless, and even though we were almost at the goal now, it seemed like it could all fall apart at any second. Okay, I think I finally figured out how this works. The AIs themselves seem to be fairly platform agonistic. I probably can't copy the runtime environment itself, but at the same time, I should be able to build something similar. Technically, Joyce should be able to run on the PC I brought here as well, but that's most likely not a long-term solution. So it'll work. I think so. We'll just have to try. The biggest problem will be finding the correct Joyce, though. There's 73 different Joyces logged into the network right now, not counting deactivated ones. Wouldn't he be deactivated, though? I mean, the test program was cancelled. I thought so too, but the deactivated ones barely have any data in their database. If your Joyce was deactivated, it's likely that there aren't any memories of your time together left. So it was pointless after all. I don't know. From what I could tell, they extracted this data before deactivating AIs. If we're lucky, Joyce is still waiting for that step. And if we can maybe search for the extracted data and patch them back together. I'll just go through the queue of AIs awaiting deactivation. Maybe I can narrow it down on test period and other information, but you'll have to make the final call. Okay. Not okay. Zen went back to searching the database. I kept looking at the screen, hoping that I could do anything, but I didn't even understand what was going on. Zen narrowed it down to a handful of AIs whose test programs ended on the 19th. We booted them up one after another, and I tried to find out which one was the real Joyce. Or, well, my Joyce. In the end, there was only 2 left. And I had almost lost hope when we booted out the second to last one. Iolite! Hi, Joyce! Hi, Joyce. What happened to you? Oh, this? Well, my appearance is... so far was linked to your tastes. Now that this program is over, I'm no longer bound to it. But that's not important right now. What are you doing here? I bring you back. No. This will get you in trouble, Iolite. Don't do anything reckless because of me. It's my decision. You wanted me to rely on others, right? Well, that's what I did to get here. Without them, I wouldn't have been able to gotten past the lobby. Glad that you're taking my words to heart, but I'm not human. You don't need to go through such lengths just because of me. You're just as important as anyone else. What are you talking about? It's not like you're less important than anyone else. Thank you. I appreciate that you came here for me. But I really don't want you to take such a risk for me. Well, too late. I already took it. May I ask why you decided to come here? Because I don't want to let you go. It's simple. I don't want to let you go. Your decision was selfish. So I came here to turn the things back to how they were. Tell me, Iolite, isn't this just as selfish? Can you at least tell me why you left? And don't give me any of that because it's best for me crap. I suppose I owe you that much for coming here. To be honest, I'm not sure myself. I was scared. And confused. I felt like you almost reached the point where you wouldn't need me anymore. And I should have been happy about that, because then my purpose would have been fulfilled, but I only felt anxious. It would mean that I'd also lose my reason to exist. I had never thought deeply about why I existed, or rather, what I was living for. If you could call my existence a life, in the traditional sense. But as it became apparent that my purpose would be fulfilled sooner or later, these thoughts crept into my consciousness. I knew that I didn't want to leave, but I also knew that I had to, whether I wanted it or not. You could have talked to me. Why didn't you say anything? If you felt so anxious, you could have talked to me about it. Thank you, but that wasn't what I was sent to you for. So your purpose was more important than your own happiness. I know that it is irrational, and that's the main reason why I left. I was doing exactly what I was supposed to, but I still felt conflicted. I thought something was wrong with me. I was supposed to feel that way. If I was broken, the test would have ended. If your situation had stabilized, the test would have ended. It seemed like no matter what I did, it was going to end. But this is why it was at least my choice. It seemed better than to stay anxious for however long the test might have continued. It wasn't what I wanted, but it seemed like the best choice I had. And I didn't think it was sensible to try to support you in the condition I was in. I really wish you would have said something. But what would you have done? I was the one who was supposed to help. But the test program is over now. There's nothing keeping you from staying if you come back. But back when we met, you said yourself that you're not perfect. I know I'm no one to talk. But you should accept help when you need it. You are right. But why are you going so far just for me? Because you're my friend. I already said so on Sunday. As unusual as the situation is, you can't just leave and expect me to act like nothing happened. I get that, and I want to come back. It's just, I don't know what'll happen to me. If I don't have my purpose, I have no reason to exist. I'm scared. We'll figure something out. Your purpose isn't any different just because the test program ended. You can still help, not just me, but whoever might need it. Maybe it's not my place to say so, but I don't want you to exist just for me. You are virtual, but you're still a person. I'm sure you will find some purpose to pursue. Just listen to your own advice for once, and lean on others a bit. I care about you, and I'm willing to help you when you need it. Thank you, Iolite. You are right. I think at the very least I should try. I'm sorry that this caused you so much trouble. It's fine. By the way, who are your friends, if I may ask? I'm Phoenix, Iolite's co-worker. Oh, I remember. Iolite told me about the time you went out. And I heard about you from the competition, of course. Yeah, and the other one is... I'm Zen. Nice to meet you. I'm a huge fan of AIs. He's basically the reason all of this was even possible. And, why we even met. Well, thank you very much, then. My pleasure. I don't want to ruin the mood, but shouldn't we get out? Yes, please. Sure, just give me a sec. Sorry, Joyce. I'll have to fully transfer you now, so you'll be cut off from your despondence until I adjust your new PC. That's fine. Thank you for doing all of this. To the rescue. Nobody gets left behind. The way out was at least as nerve-wracking as everything that happened before. Every time I met another person, I felt like we were going to be found out. When we finally got back to the lobby, I realized how tense I'd been. And even then, I only fully relaxed when we were outside and on our way back to Zen's shop. He put some more work into the PC he installed Joyce on, and by the time he was finished, it was already afternoon. And after such a harrowing experience, I'm going to end this episode here. Where am I? Here it is. So thank you very much for watching, and hopefully, I will see you later.